Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. For today's valued viewer request, we have from the Grizz999. Olar Cap, can you do a comparison vid of the old and new TPODs? Me thinks the old one has a better zoom, the new one would be better for close-in stuff with the wide field of view, could spot and designate a tank from 40 miles with the old one, maybe 25 with the new one. We're talking about the Hornet, we're talking about the Lightning pod, the ATFLIR, which is the realistic naval one in the Hornet that's just come out. We're making this at late April 2021. The Lightning pod is officially finished. The ATFLIR has a couple more features to be added on, and it may change things, but this is where we are at the moment. So let's compare them. We're going to do a straight top trump style shootout and see which one's the best at the end. Lightning here, ATFLIR here. Stations, the Lightning can be carried on 2 stations, including the all-important belly pylon. The ATFLIR at the moment can only be on 1 chin pylon. That's a real pain in the butt. I hate chin pylons. So Lightning wins round 1. Weight could be the difference between life or death, and the ATFLIR at 420 pounds is 35 pounds lighter than the Lightning. Quantity of zoom levels. So for instance, the Lightning has zooms 0 to 9, so that's 10 zooms per field of view, and there's 2 field of views, so we count that as 20 different zoom levels. I'm sure you'd agree. ATFLIR has 3 field of views. One has 1 zoom, the other 2 have 2 zooms, giving a total of 5 zooms. So the Lightning wins that one by a long shot. Next, maximum zoom level. You could probably find this in the documentation somewhere, but that's not fun. Instead, we've done a test at 40 nautical miles on exactly the same target. Everything is set up here empirically perfect. The aircraft are paused and are in exactly the same position, the same as the waypoint, the target. Everything's exactly the same position. The screen is taken from exactly the same position with a saved preset view, so everything is pixel perfect, and I've not skewed or messed around with these pictures at all. You can see the Lightning, which is always going to be on the left, is much further zoomed in, like twice as far as zoomed in, as in the stuff appears half as small. So I don't know what that means in terms of camera zooms, but I know the Lightning can go in a lot further, a lot further. Look at that. You couldn't really tell which tank you're shooting at with the ATFLIR at 40 miles. The Lightning, you could easily. So that goes to the Lightning. Minimum zoom, as you probably already guessed from the request, is the other way around. The Lightning is zoomed a lot more in, and the ATFLIR is zoomed a lot more out. That is maybe not quite as useful as max zoom, but it can be useful, because if you are close to the target, it's so annoying when you can't zoom out much. You end up having to shift to look out the window with your eyes. You then lose situational awareness with your TPOD, and it becomes a bit of a pain. So it's nice that we can zoom all the way out like this. So we have minimum zoom, ATFLIR, winner! TV quality, real hard to do. So what we've done here is put them both in CCD mode. Yet again, exactly the same picture from the same angle, the same distance. One appears slightly bigger or smaller than the other. What we've done is had to select the zoom level that gives us the closest possible match. And this zoom level 2 on narrow, this narrow zoom level 2 as well, is the closest we can get. We can't get them perfect. Otherwise, everything is pretty much pixel perfect. In terms of quality, I can't see a difference there at all. I can't really say anything other than that. It's slightly brighter on the ATFLIR, but remember, you can change the gain and the contrast on both of these, so I don't think you can really rate it for that. RC, can you see any quality, the actual quality of the picture, better on one than the other?
You're talking about in the pictures here?
Yeah.
The only thing that I notice is it's brighter on the
Roger.
ATFLIR.
Okay. And what I was saying is that you can actually... I said you can change.
Sorry.
I said you can change the contrast and the brightness on both, so we can't really rate it on brightness.
Well, is the brightness the same on both?
I just set to default.
Better detail in the ATFLIR, I think.
Ooh, well, we've got a difference of opinion here. RC thinks, yeah.
Because I'm looking at the vehicles and I can see a little, but that could just be the brightness is different.
Well, everything. I mean, in game, everything's identical. They're identical Hornets, identical weather, identical everything here. Right. So it just depends whether you want to include the brightness or not. I'm not bothered, really. I mean, if it helps you see the things better, it's probably better.
A different brightness and contrast can bring out different detail.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
So if that's the default automatic levels, then I would say the ATFLIR can bring out a little more sharpness and detail.
That's it. It's a fair test otherwise. I thought they were going to be identical. There does appear to be a difference in the default setting, which is fine. Right. Winner slightly. FLIR quality. So exactly the same test, obviously, but IR. Again, we couldn't marry it perfectly. We got the nearest marriage we could in terms of size. Let's have a look, RC. I mean, the way I would describe this is both equally terrible. They do have focuses in real life, but they don't work in DCS. I don't see a winner there, but anything you think?
The odd thing is I recall on the A10 that the focus worked, and I'm not sure why it's not working on these.
But don't know. But at the time of making this, we've got no focus.
They're about the same.
So no winner. Track types, the types of tracks we have to play with. And sorry, I'm not a TPOD expert. I did a tutorial of these recently, and I think they've both got the same. They've both got inertial rates. They've both got an area track of some kind. They've both got a point track of some kind. So I'm pretty sure they're equal in that case. Have they both got an offset mode? Yes, they have. So they're going to be drawn in the offset mode case. Can you see the waypoint, which could be useful in either of them? Yes, in the ATFLIR. No, in the Litening. Both show lat long as standard. Well, you can see here, lat long, but the ATFLIR shows MGRS as standard, which I think could be useful. If you quickly need to tell someone a grid in that format, I could see that being a useful feature. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be written there, basically. MGRS on the Litening is no. MGRS on the ATFLIR is yes. Okay, at the end of that, we've got 3 points for the Litening and 5 for the ATFLIR. So the way we've done this test, the ATFLIR comes out on top substantially. I personally would always take the Litening because it can see further, and I want to be seeing stuff from 40 miles away. But I can see that this is one. Obviously, take this with a big pinch of salt. This is just how we decided to test it and how we decided to rate it. But how we did that shows that as the clear winner. Anything you've got to add to that, RC?
Nope.
I hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.